right, are you ready, Rance?
I'm ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! Let's go. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. We have an amazing guest today. I'm really excited to talk. We're going to talk business. We're going to talk music. We're going to talk life. We're going to talk philosophy. Very inspiring guy. You may know him from 1500 or Nothing.
It's our gang sign, guys. 3 and 5.
The three times 5.
Yeah.
You may know him from 1500 Sound Academy. You may know him for his producer work with songwriting, LMA, all the way to, most recently, LMA and Roddy Ricch, big successes there, but way back, Jay-Z, everything. Rance has been in this a long game. I just said his name, so you already know who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, make a lot of noise for Larrance Dopson.
Oh, yeah.
Larrance Rance Dopson.
Yes.
Larrance Rance 1500 Dopson.
Mm-hmm.
You're big on branding.
Damn right.
You're a master of branding.
I won't say master, but I love learning, and I just love learning all the rules so I can break that shit all the time.
Learn the rules so you can break the rules.
Every time. And create new ones.
Give me an example.
Learn the rules. For anything in music, you gotta learn. You gotta know your skills. You gotta know all the fundamentals of whatever language what you're trying to do. So me knowing understanding music, and I started off doing West Coast rap music. I had to realize that it was more genres than that. So I studied everything from everything from the 1920s and up from hit songs, and I paid attention to why did I like these songs, and when you understand the details of the why, that's when you start learning the rules that already worked. Then when you learn the rules that already worked, you can change that shit, because 50% is learned behavior, the other 50% is God and the swag that you have in you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's both, though.
So with that, you can be more intentional in what you're going for with the production or with the song.
Yeah, because when you can get it to where your subconscious mind is autopilot for whatever you're good at.
Yeah,
that's when you got more room for God to just show off, and you got more room in your brain to just not have to think about the technical things, because that's natural.
How do you leave space for God?
I never let him away from me.
Keep him close at all times.
He's always in me, man. Yeah, I got you. That's how you got to stay grounded, bro. Or this world will eat you alive. Yeah, literally.
You've done a great job with that, man. One thing I've always loved about you is your energy. Every time I see you, it's a big smile. It's a big hug,
man.
Yes, and I feel lucky for that. I'm happy to be a friend of yours. I really have a lot of respect for what you do.
Appreciate that.
And what you've built and what you're continuing to build. We're sitting here in your brand new studio in Volume Studios, which is all about it's honestly super inspiring. And I've been watching you guys build it for years too. So to see the vision, because you were telling me years ago about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then I saw it as the wood frames. And then I saw it come. And now I'm like in it. And I'm like, man.
Yeah, it's a dream come true. It's literally, man. Shout out to my partner, James Fauntleroy, one of the coldest. I can't even say he's just a songwriter. He's one of the coldest creators alive. He just designed the Mickey Mouse for Disney 100th anniversary, by the way. Let's just, what else? That's my dog. And shout out to Tyler, man. But we always just wanted to have a place in the world, before our time was up, to change it. And the only thing I could think of is if we build something that's 30 seconds next to the airport where it's almost disrespectful to passes, and build a place where it's tech, fashion, film, music, sports, culture, family offices, and VCs that's not assholes, that understand the art of giving. I think we got a chance to do something.
Absolutely, you got a chance to do more.
Exactly.
And collaborate more and build more businesses. So tell everyone really exactly what this is, because you just mentioned a lot of things that I think are going to come out of this building. But what exactly is this
This
compound?
building?
Yeah.
This building is called Volume. Well, there's two sides. We got a really big building, it's 35,000 square feet. It's all together, but we got to separate it. But just imagine the X-Man school for the best creatives in the world. One of the things that make our school tight is, 70-80% of the teachers are superstars. And we never tell any of our students who's coming in. So, like 5 days ago, James had Bruno Mars just pop up and say, "What's up?" We've had, Justin Timberlake, Gary Vee, Sadhguru teaching class on meditation and sound.
I was there for Sadhguru. That was
we
amazing.
had, the CEO of Ooga Labs, VCs, and, Ryan Breslow, 20-year-old billionaire, There's just so many people that made, that shifted culture by them fixing something, solving a problem. And this is literally like the one space for the best brains in the world that understands how to really get into the hearts and the mind of the consumer and like change shit for the better.
And that's 1500 Sound Academy.
You motherfucking right.
You know it, man. It's so great what you're doing. I love how you are pushing it forward and sharing your knowledge and bringing your community and your collective, because you've built such a strong community. And that's another thing that I really respect about you is how close you keep everyone to you. Mm-hmm. You find your people that you like working with, and and the rant circle's always growing.
Yeah, I call ourselves, we're like the mob for good people.
I like that.
We still got rules to where you can't break the code or there's consequences, but the people that's here, that's a part of the mob, we understand the rules, so it's like family codes. So it's all respect and love, and we just want to help each other and give each other stuff and help other people, and we get a rush out of that. Yeah. So, it's tight to have a community of people that's some bad motherfuckers in all of their genres. You know what I mean? That could actually help people with no negative, ill intentions.
Yes. So to take it back, because now you have built this strong community and you are opening up the community essentially for people to get involved and learn and kind of, pass it forward. But before that, so when 1500 or Nothing started, at what point did 1500 become a collective?
It's crazy because I always wanted a band since I was a kid, right? So but I wanted to have a band where, be a part of a band to where we were friends and family for real. Some musicians, everybody has their own swag and we're all different and creative, but I want to have our co-musicians of people that believed in what we believed in. We believe in God. We go to church. We understand family, and we respect the code. So I just want to have a family of some of the coldest musicians ever. But the cold thing about 1500 is everybody plays everything. So we play whatever's paying.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And shout out to church music because of that. I was the drummer, keyboard player didn't show up. Had to learn the keys. Same thing. So it's literally like a conglomerate of genius musicians, man. And it all started off from shout out to Uncle Chuck, man. Rest in peace, Uncle Chuck, my brother. But I went to elementary school with Chuck. Wow. So we started making music in 4th grade. Chuck was the only person that had equipment and amps and organs at his grandma's house on Arlington.
Yeah.
So it started from that, and throughout my life, me going to church and just meeting different people, I just had a connection with certain people where a guy was like, yo, he's us. He's part of the squad. Yeah. So I was just hand-picking people throughout my life. You know what I mean? Even, shout out to, my guy Mars, man. We started with him. Mars was one of the coldest musicians, producers ever. But the cool thing about him, he was just different. Yeah. He, even at church, he was the one that dressed different, and he'll be playing cartoons and stuff at church, cartoon theme songs and stuff like that. So like he differentiated himself, and that made us want to just come together and build and start producing together. And then Brody Brown, we was picking up Brody when he was 14 from school, ditching class and taking him to rehearsals. So he's been spoiled his whole life. Yeah. He just killing the game. He's on every Bruno Mars hit single. He's from Compton, what I mean? And Then James, I met James at first I met him at church freestyle rapping, battling people, and he was murdering everybody. So I'm like, who is this dude just rapping? And then I was like Don King then, so I was like trying to be his manager for his battle rapping. So he was literally going this thing called the Pit, murdering all the battle rappers, bro. Like that's famous now. And if y'all have been to the Pit, y'all know James has murdered a lot of people, and it's not even trying. But and then we actually got together and at a shootout. It's a long story.
Let's hear it.
I don't snitch, but I'm
Let's hear what we can. Let's hear what we can. Yeah.
We were at a party. I seen James. This is like our second time seeing each other. So saying we was gonna hang out. Came with some of my friends. It was a thing that happened at a party.
Yeah.
It was a big fight. It was a shootout, and then at that point, it was maybe like 2 or 3 people that got shot in front of us, in front of our car. So we was literally in handcuffs for hours in front of, because they didn't know who did what. So me and James is sitting here outside. Somebody shot right in front of my car. Bam was with me at the time, and I was literally in handcuffs with the homies. And I'm looking at James like, man, yo, we really gotta connect, bro. This is stupid.
That is how you and James Fauntleroy made friends? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we really got cool at a shootout, and after that,
in handcuffs, like we should work together sometime, bro.
It was stupid. And then I seen him again at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and that's when we really connected.
Yeah.
And him and Uncle Chuck, which Uncle Chuck was with us, so we had a group of people. James was with his group of people, and at that time, Chuck was like, he could sing, so Chuck was like to battle, and so him and James was kind of like going at it, and it was fun, man. And I asked James do we sing? He was like, yeah. And I was like, man, you should come to our rehearsal, be a part of our band with Bobby Valentino. So he comes to, now he's in our band, and at that time, it goes into how we got our name.
Yeah.
So we were playing for Bobby Valentino, doing a church gig right when his that song "Slow Down" was coming out.
Yep.
And he asked us to do a showcase for Def Jam, and at that time we did like 6-7 rehearsals for free. We was broke at the time, but he was, my dog. He had some money, and he was inviting people, and we just didn't understand how broke we was. So my homie Poon, who was his manager at the time, and him asked us. I was like, look, man, you got to give us $1,500 or nothing, man. It's a 3-piece bag. It's fine, you get like pay up or pay up. And he's like, all right, well, what y'all gonna call yourself? $1,500 or nothing.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pay us or what? So from there, we started our own handshake. Oh, we got a handshake too. Have you ever seen our handshake?
No.
So it's 1500, but I have to give credit for the person who made that handshake up, and it is Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, no way.
Fast story. We were playing for Lupe Fiasco. No, this is at the time Lupe Fiasco had a friend. Now he's from a crew called 1500. In Chicago.
Oh,
it's like a whole nother gang.
And your family's Chicago.
Yeah, my
right?
whole family's Chicago.
Yeah. Oh,
but
wow.
Lupe crew is 1500.
Wow.
We're 1500 and nothing.
Yeah.
So at the time MySpace was cracking, Uncle Chuck called me like, yo, these people say they 1500, man. We got beef. I'm like, oh, okay, what we doing? So he's MySpace beefing with our homeboy Bishop. Now he's our friend now.
Yeah.
With Bishop, because Bishop said he's from 1500. 2 weeks later, my guy Jason Salvador calls me for us to do a gig with Lupe Fiasco. So we're at our first day rehearsal. Chuck like, oh, that's that dude right there. So it's like a standstill. Like, we don't know if we about to fight. We don't know what's going on. Lupe walks in, introduce everybody. We trying to get to the bottom of it. We like, well, we 1500 nothing. Everybody showing their tattoos. We like, yo, we're a real gang. Y'all can't, this shit is serious. We really love music. And they was like, well, we're a crew in Chicago. And then they start showing their tattoos. I'm like, oh. So then they was like, and we got our handshake. So then he showed me the handshake. It was like 1500. I'm like, all right, we got to be a joint venture, guys. We got to get along.
The partnership's mind of Larrance Dopson is born.
So that's when we literally did the Cool Tour, and we just murdered the game and for that live tour with Lupe that year, bro. It was nuts.
Dude?
So, it was a lot of game banging going on low key, but we take music real serious.
Wow, man.
Crazy story. I don't tell that story too much, but
I am happy to hear it. That's wow. That's like there's so much depth to this. It's crazy. And what else I love about that is you were building a collective, a community naturally.
Not even
you were
thinking
just,
about
it was just happening.
Yeah. We just wanted to be around people that cared about detail, and that was really dope.
Yeah.
And that was just a cool person that wasn't a buster in these streets, but loved God, that, had some swag. So everybody in our band is their own character. You can watch them alone and be entertained.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's only
definitely.
because they practice enough to where they let the God part come in and you can show off a little bit more, because we got the muscle memory part. So now I could close my eyes and put the keyboard on my head and crip walk at the same time. You know what I mean? Like we make it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, man. It's so funny to hear about the origin of the 1500 or nothing name, and to come from that, and to come from it also being because it was 3 of you and 500 apiece, not 1500 each.
Yeah.
To see where you guys.
5 of us, 300.
Oh, five of you, 300 each.
Yeah. But it's grown. It was with Bobby. It was a band. And then we had backgrounds. We had Alex, my sister, Jay Black, James. At the time, BJ, the Chicago kid, was in our band performing with By Valentino. So it's a real family, man.
That's so cool. I remember when I first started hanging out with you guys, like before Jam Card, I was drumming with James, with Fauntleroy, and I got my first check from 1500 from James or whoever, and I didn't even ask how much it was going to be for, and then it came in and it was for $1,500, and I was like, they take this shit seriously. I was like, damn,
his zeros, his price went all the way up now.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, definitely. But I was like, I should have saved that check, man. That's my $1,500 check for $1,500. Like, okay,
that's hard. That's hard. Man.
Wow, man. Okay, so then, and your first hit though. So after all of that, you get the name, you got the collective starts, and then Show 'Em What You Got was the first like hit, right?
Yeah, I think that was our first hit. Snoop gave us the opportunity first though. Snoop put me and James and Mars at the time, we were working with Teddy Riley on the Guys album for like 4 months at Record Plant. I mean, not Record Plant, Record One, where actually Ali's at now. I forgot the name of the studio. But we learned a lot from Teddy, bro. Like he is one of the most genius people alive. So he basically gave us a studio for 4 months and let us do whatever, and he worked with us. So we were learning everything from him and learning the mixing board, SSL, and that's why, shout out to Dr. Dre and Teddy Riley and Just Blaze and Battle Cat.
For the SSL?
Yeah, just teaching me the swag on the SSL, man, because that really separated my sound. And I feel like I didn't answer your question, but I just looked into SSL and I love this thing.
It's okay. Well, congratulations on your SSL.
Why, thank you.
This is Rance's SSL.
Yes.
This guy has gone all the way up, man.
Come on.
And you named some monster producers that you've been working with for, real
15
mentors,
years,
10, 15 years, right?
Yeah.
But the question was, okay, so Snoop gave you the opportunity though first.
Yeah, Snoop gave us the opportunity.
Yeah.
He actually put us on a song that he didn't even rap on. It was an album called Welcome to the Church. It was an album mixtape. And James had a song called I Know You Remember Me. Smash. It still bangs right now. Everybody still loves this song. And Snoop loved the song that much. He just put us on the song, put James' song on the song, and didn't even rap on it at first.
Put it on the mixtape without even rapping on it.
Yeah, then I put it on the radio and everything. So we thought we was cracking then. But yeah, shout out to Snoop. And then after that, we just kept going and touring, and I started working with Just Blaze. And shout out to Just Blaze. At that time, man, he didn't have one song that wasn't on the radio, bro.
Yeah.
He was killing the game.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And he gave us opportunity to where I remember one time, first time I met him, we met at Can-Am, and he just gave us a shot. He was like, yo, what y'all got? He gave us an idea, and then he left in another room to go play video games. And then when he came back, it was crazy. And he was like, oh, I like you guys. So then he started calling me every time he come to LA, I was his guy. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm in LA, I'm working on Detox. I need a band. That's how we end up doing. We did Show Me What You Got in the song called Why You Hate the Game with Marsha Ambrosius and Nas in the same day. We did like 12 songs that day. And I had the choir, I had the 1,500 crowd. It's literally all our homies that's famous now. That was just in our choir. That was the homies that just wanted to come sing.
Yep.
And you know, Chuck, Mars, Brody, we had the whole squad there. Chords was there. We had fun that day, man. But
And when he was playing video games, you guys were working on Show Me What You Got?
No, we was playing video games. That was the first time we met Just Blaze.
Okay,
but after that, he was calling us a lot to come out there. So he was working on Detox with Dr. Dre. And that time we was just wanted the opportunity so bad. We were just going crazy. So we didn't leave the studio. So that time, to Show Me What You Got up, we went crazy. He was pulling, you know, we was just making a bunch of songs. And I never forget, a month later, he called like, yo, Jay-Z rapped on that song. And he said, get a drum or something. I'm like, oh, no. Then I heard it on the radio like the next day. And then I seen a Budweiser commercial. And then after that, that was like the first song for us getting away with playing church music on the radio.
That's so great.
Doing solos and shit. It was crazy.
It's so cool because to have that be like the first hit from you guys too, it represents the big live sound that is 1,500. It's like it was meant to be.
Yeah, nothing but God, man. It was God's timing for that.
And that was Bam drumming on that song.
Bam, 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 bam. He is unfair to people.
You can actually watch that video of him playing it on YouTube.
Yeah, check that out.
Of them doing that tracking session and Bam doing just take after take after take on the.
Yeah, I was a terrible videographer too. Y'all gotta bear with me. But,
that was you.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, I video.
You've gotten better now.
Yeah, I'm way better.
Yeah. Live and learn, man.
Yeah, for sure. But I knew then. I watched this thing with Puffy talking about how important content is and filming stuff. And 20 years ago, I just never stopped.
Man, so Show Me What You Got comes out. You guys have a hit on the radio. It's in commercials. It's Jay-Z, right? And now you're starting to stack all the opportunities. Mm-hmm. How does your life change? How do you handle it? Like what happens?
We were always still playing at church.
Yeah.
And, you know, life didn't all the way change. We were like the local hood celebrities, which is nothing wrong with being
Inglewood, right?
L.A.
Yeah.
But we have studio in Inglewood. Shout out to my Inglewood people though. But you know, it's Los Angeles
LA
as a whole.
Yeah.
We're one band, one sound. But it was pretty crazy, bro. It was pretty crazy.
And you're learning the whole time, man. You're collecting knowledge. Your collective is growing. The people around you, like you are, like I feel like you're a natural at, like I don't know. I feel like when I think about Rance and like I'm like, okay, he's got a bunch of things going on. He's working on a bunch of ideas at once. He's collecting people. He's collabing with people. It's like, and that was just coming from you naturally, huh? No one taught you that. That's just your personality.
It's from family, man. Like if you was to go to my family house when we was kids in the hood, everybody came to our house because my mom was gonna cook. We was gonna have a jam session, and you just wanted to be there. So you know, we just always wanted to make environments to where people would just want to feel good and be there. And then when that happens, magic happens.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So having the environment is creating an environment is the most important part. Even for this is the environment for people to feel safe, to be able to think, to be able to really, you know, just feel free to shift culture, you know?
Yeah. Well, and so you've produced and been a songwriter on a lot of these hit songs, but you also have a huge list of people you've musical directed for.
Yeah.
And that's a different skill set. Of course, it's all music, right? But like prepping for a live show versus prepping for a session recording, like how do you kind of balance like when you end up musical director versus sessions?
It's totally separate. It's totally separate. But if you're a real producer that understands the art of space, you can be a great musical director.
Yeah.
And if you know how to solve problems fast and still smile at the same time in front of the camera, even though somebody's fucking up the fucking song and the click track's off, you still gotta smile and then tell the artist, yo, keep going, say this. The shit's fucking up, and then you go tell the monitor guy, hey, you're fucking up. Like, what are we doing? Can we fix this? And you got to smile the whole time. So it's really about being a problem solver and being organized and just having a good team, man. Like, I'm just blessed to be able to have the Avengers to where, you know, back in the day I was MDing and doing a lot of stuff to where now my job is a lot easier because God has blessed me with the coldest musicians alive. Like, you know, shout out to Damo and Kyrie, you know, and Quentin and, you know, Chris Payton. Like all our people are really like, I'm making them MDs now.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, of course we did for Beyonce. We got the call to do the Dubai show.
Yep.
So I MD'd that. The difference with me is when I walked in for the rehearsal, I walked in with me, Kyrie, and Damo. So, yo, we're the MDs. What y'all want to do?
Yeah.
Most people won't do that because they're selfish and they really, you know. So it's to the point now where Kyrie, I left and Kyrie killed it, and Damo had to go to Alicia Keys to MD her.
Yeah.
We're really like killing the game. Man. Yeah.
You're scaling it. That's how you grow.
Yeah. And then shout out to the homies Omar and Adam Blackstone too.
Yeah. Omar Edwards.
Yeah, we're like in cahoots. People don't know. We're homies though.
Yeah, you guys
like,
are all together.
Yeah, it's like it's either you're with Adam or you're with us, West Coast or Omar, or man, well, we're really homies for real.
You get chosen to do the Beyonce show. Mm-hmm. Where does that call come from?
Shout out to motherfucking Guru.
So,
Guru calls and be like, yo, Ho wanna holler at you. Put Ho on the phone. Ho like, yo, I need I need something for my lady. I need y'all. I need y'all to pull this off. It's, 3 weeks and we got a Dubai show, but we want to do it and y'all can pull it off. And he puts Beyonce on the phone. So it was 3 minute, the craziest 3 minute conversation ever. And then she just explains what she needed, and anybody that calls me and they family, bro, we gonna do what we gotta do to make it work, and we pulled it off, And shout out to B and J and Rock Nation and Dez and the whole team just for trusting us, that we could pull all this shit off in a short amount of time. But they did tell me our 3 weeks of rehearsal, they normally for Coachella it was months. Yeah, you know what I mean, for us to do the same type of show. So it's just about honing in and getting focused and knowing that you're picking the right people that can make your life easier. That people that can retain and do their job.
So when you're talking to Beyonce about the Dubai show and it's like 3 weeks for this huge show, what is her vision like in that first phone call on a high level?
Oh yeah, her vision is amazing. She explained what she wanted to do, and I want 30 strings. I want to have 40 dancers. I want to have horn sections. We want to have this. So we want to make it, really feel like a big band, and so we all I need is direction, and we gonna bring it home. Yeah, we gonna do what we do. It's in us.
So a 3 week rehearsal prep for a show versus months for Coachella.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Nas, we did a show at Nas for a 2-day rehearsal in Japan for an hour and 30-minute show, and we didn't get to meet the nigga until we got to Japan. This was years ago though.
Wow.
So.
You rely on the DJ a lot in that situation?
No, we're a band. We don't know. We when you understand that if you're like the difference between 1500 and most other bands, we're a band full of producers. Yes. Full of real producers that's doing it in real life. So this band thing is like a blessing and a hobby, and it's just something that keeps our spirits up for us to keep making music for the world. That's
what I was going to ask about, actually. I'm glad that you brought that up, because I feel like there's not a lot of journeys of people going, because even this, the hop from musician to musical director is a big hop, right? And then the hop from musical director to producer or songwriter is a big hop. And a lot of people aren't successful even in making that hop, or you kind of get thought like, oh, you're just a drummer, like you're not supposed to be the MD or whatever, from the naysayers and the haters around, right? But you were a musician, MD, or really producer, MD, and even at the level you're at now, you'll still go and tour with Jay-Z or whatever, go back out on the road. Why do you do it?
I love music. Yeah. It's not about money. I'll be doing this if I was broke. If I lose all my money, I'm going to do music until I get some more. When you got that God, when it comes from God, you know what you got. And that's why it's important to pray and meditate and keep your spirits up and just keep the distractions away from you. Because as a musician, it can get tough. it's tough for us. I mean, that was even another reason why we wanted to build the school, because I wanted to be the one that helped make musicians rich.
Yeah.
Musicians are some of the most important people in the world that helps these artists make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But they don't get that other millions of dollars. So
Right.
just for the record, we are the most expensive band ever, and I close my eyes and pick a price. So it's okay if y'all don't want to hire us. It's okay. 'Cause you know, but you gotta stand for something, bro. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
For real.
And you've more than proven yourself in what you do and your brand.
Yeah. Hard. I mean, we let the music speak for itself.
Yeah.
Like, we're not people that talk about, you know, how good we are and shit like that, because that's not what you're supposed to do. That's not.
Do you know what else speaks for you?
What?
That jewelry, bro. that shiny jewelry looking beautiful.
Why, thanks, guys.
What do we got there? What do we got?
A little Cartier. We got a jewelry company, Volume Jewelry, and obviously we have a store at the Resort World, Twilight True, and we got our Volume Jewelry store.
I've been there. I saw it.
Hey,
It's awesome.
So go get your jewelry, get your swag right.
Oh yeah.
Tell them we sent you, get your discount.
Oh yeah. But that's no normal Cartier watch, bro.
I mean, every time I look at it, I just thank God. It's just a reminder that God is real and how tight He is.
Yeah.
Because I could lose this tomorrow if I become an asshole.
Yeah.
So
don't be an asshole.
don't be an asshole.
Yeah. Don't be an asshole. Keep getting rewards.
Yep.
Yeah. Just keep being a good person and working hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Explain to me, because like I know that you love jewelry. Like, so what does it mean to you?
The crazy part is, to be totally honest, I really didn't care about jewelry ever, and really still don't. But I'm here for a purpose, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this online, but one of my secrets is I'm here. I got a responsibility from God.
Yeah.
So God does all these cool things to bless me with things and put me through so many situations where I've dealt with every level of people, from gangbangers to billionaires, to where this gets attention from certain people.
Yeah.
So you got to get their attention to tell them about God and tell them how, you know, just basically this gets their attention for them to listen, so you can tell them to get to their higher self faster.
Yeah. It's a
So
foot in
I
the
don't
door.
give a fuck about this.
Yeah.
I'll sell it right now, and then I'll go to my store and get another one.
Yeah.
And sell that. You know, but it's not about that. Like, I start getting jewelry, getting blessed after I start giving. And after I really understood what my purpose is, and got aligned with myself and God and you know, family, and shit just lines up.
Yeah.
You know, you'll ask for something and God gives you way more than you'll ever think. So this is a part of the the extra stuff that I didn't even ask for, that He's blessed me with. But He'll take it if I don't.
It can go away.
Yeah, it
it's
can go
not
away
here forever.
fast.
Yeah.
So you gotta, you know, stay grounded, guys. Because boy, I hate losing stuff.
Oh my God. So it's a door opener.
Yeah, you can lose it all fast.
Yeah. It's a door opener. It's a conversation starter with like people you're maybe looking up to or looking.
I'll never forget the first time a rich guy paid me, like, maybe it was like $100,000 or something.
Yeah.
He told me, I had a watch on. I borrowed my homie's watch at the time, 'cause I didn't have no money like that.
Yeah.
And I think I borrowed my homie Robin Hood watch. And
Nice.
and he seen it, and he hired me to do 6 songs and give me this 100,000. But at the end, he said, you know, I'm gonna tell you a little secret, because he's Jewish. He was like, yo, I would have never paid you this much money if I didn't already see that you had a watch on, that you had some money.
Nice.
I was just like, wow, you motherfucker. Wow. Thanks for telling me that. Ever since then, I've been swagging.
No, it's amazing learning lesson.
Perception is everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to create the perception that you want people to think you are. If you want people to think you're broke, look broke.
Yeah.
Or think you're rich. If you want to get more money, and unfortunately for our culture, we have to look like more money for people to believe that we have a brain. That we're smart,
interesting.
which is dumb as fuck. But you know, we gotta do what we gotta do to get the attention and, you know, get everybody to their higher self. So
Yeah, you can show like, yo, I have proven myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have a watch.
Yeah, I got a watch.
Yeah,
I got a
stupid.
Wow. But it's playing the game.
Playing the game, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a watch, though, you know.
It's good to have the watch.
It's good to have a watch. It's a blessing.
So how do you balance right now? Because this is something I'm struggling with, so I would love to personally pick your brain on this. Because the bigger Jam Card gets, the less I play drums, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big. I'm sure you're not playing drums no more.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just, you know, or like the bigger whatever the bandwidth that I have, right, for free time or creative time, like goes down, right, depending on, or maybe it's an internal thing of my priority. Maybe the drumming then drops, and I need to raise it back up. But how do you balance the business side of Rance and the music creation time side of Rance?
You gotta build a school of Elmos that has your same ideology of how you think, what you believe in, how you work, all that. If you build a school of Elmos, the real Elmo can do less work but still be involved, still get the other Elmo's money, and you can still have a little time to do what Elmo wants to do, is play the fucking drums like he wants to.
Yeah.
But you gotta, it's really about building a team of people that's a real team. Some people, you think that they're your team and they're thinking about them. You know what I mean? Everybody around us, like that's around me now, thinks about us.
Yeah.
You know, like I wake up every day thinking about how much money can I make other people. Like I never think how much money I can make myself, because give what you give. That ain't how. If we just change how our brain thinks, we can get some more money. And it's not that hard, but it takes. You know, you got to train your subconscious mind how to think. You know, we're not thinking about what our subconscious mind's thinking about, and that's when you could veer off to being an asshole and missing out on that money. So,
give and you'll receive.
It sounds cliche, but that shit really works.
No, I believe it, and also your work ethic, right? Like you were saying, you were in this studio until 5 a.m.
In the last 3 days, I've been leaving here at 5, up at 9. And back here at 9. See, good morning, guys. It's the morning time.
Rance was on time today. Rance was 7 minutes early, man.
Yeah, I was, but I had to, you know, I'm trying to get a whole nother building. I just bought a whole party rentals company just a couple of days ago. So now I'm getting storage and it's just finding businesses that align with your business.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I get a party rentals company if I have an event space?
Yeah.
That would be stupid. Why wouldn't I get an equipment rentals company if we do tours? You know, so you guys gotta really think about the one core thing that you guys are bringing to the table, but then there's so many other things align that could make your brand just epic and make you so much more money to where you can build your portfolio and sell your company for a couple $100 million eventually.
We just had James Fauntleroy on the podcast.
That's my nigga. What up, Fauntleroy?
It was awesome, as always. And I was asking him about you, of course, and one thing that really stood out to me, and by the way, if you haven't heard that episode yet.
Oh, I gotta watch this. I wonder what he said.
It's really good. It's really funny. We had a lot of fun. Yeah. So go listen to that episode if you missed it. But I was talking about the two of you because I was like, you guys both seem like planets to me. Like there's like the Rance planet and the James planet, but you're not on the same planet, but you're in the same solar system.
Yeah.
Right?
Me and James are two totally different, just hood guys. But we got the same purpose. So you know, when we're aligned, so it's over.
So I asked him this, and I wonder what your answer is. So I was like, okay, so you and Rance, or I asked him, so you and James in this case, you and James are both planets in the same solar system. So what is your sun?
What is my son? Let me think about this. I don't know. I wouldn't even make it planets. James is like, you know what I tell people what James is? James is like Steve Jobs, Walt Disney, and Tookie Williams in one person. Now you gotta really do your research to know who all these people are. But that really explains it, you know. Like that's the best way I can explain James. You know, he's past the planet. He's in the souls.
He's past the planet.
You can't even see him. He's invisible, but you hear him, you feel him, and everywhere you look, he has something to do with it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely,
for sure.
But if you had to choose a sun that was, if you guys were metaphorical planets, what would be the sun that you're both revolving around? Like your truth that you guys both share.
Our truth that we both share?
Like inspiration and like what
we
is
both really, the two things we care about really that we always talk about is just being your best. Like doing your best, like being your best. Like really, if you do a song, do your best song.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every time.
We've realized that that is what that's the reason why we're where we are, bro. I've never got a placement from an A&R or a label.
Wow.
James probably got 2.
Yeah.
If any.
He was saying like none from that too. Yeah.
It's all about, we do music, somebody likes it, tell somebody else they want to work with us.
Yes.
We end up being cool, we end up becoming a relationship, and it just keeps growing. You know, like for James, I remember he was working on Chris Brown. He did Chris Brown first albums. Then from there Chris Brown was dating Rihanna, and he played it for Rihanna. Then Rihanna got into Beyonce, and now it's just everybody just loves James. You know what I mean? So but that came from him just not caring and making the best music that he can make and putting details and doing intros and outro. Like James is gonna make sure you don't get bored ever. Yeah. So you know but that's a reason why you could tell if you're lazy to do the music. You could tell if you care.
Do your best. It's once again so simple. Yet so hard to actually put into practice.
Yeah. That's literally our
and
motto.
Even just to remind yourself every day, just do your best. I love that. That's really cool. Do you want to know what he said the sun is for you guys? Very similar.
All right.
Growth.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah. Bigger.
Yeah.
What can be big? You guys both have such big ideas and
we're
visions.
Nuts, bro. Like we're really people. That's why we have to have our own little world, so people won't think we're crazy, because we really think we could do anything. Yeah, and we can, and you just gotta believe it too. Like you know. So James, this is where we think, man. We're real thinkers, and we really believe that there's no limit. If you could think it, you can really do it. Yeah, and it's just about the discipline and distractions and doing it every day, not stopping, doing your due diligence on everything that you need to know about the company, knowing about all these other companies, knowing your competition, understanding. Shout out to my guy, Big Bob, too. He taught me a lot about branding, branding laws, marketing laws, understanding human behavior, understanding the 10 people from Boston and Germany that controls the world, that controls the mind. Like, how do you not know about Edward Bernays, Clayton Christensen, Peter Drucker? Like all these people that control the minds. You got to understand how they operate so you can break the rule, learn the rules, and break them motherfuckers. But they, some of these people do it for the bad. But if you do it for the good with the same rules, it can change culture just how the news is fucking up our brains. It's the same thing. So, shout out to Big Bob. That's my dog.
And the book that you love, the 22 Immutable Laws.
22 Immutable Laws of Branding and the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. One of my favorite books. Just one of my favorite books. And that's something that Bob taught me and Nip a lot. Yeah. And we talked about that book a lot. And anybody can be an artist, but there's rules to being a brand. Yeah. And if you really want to scale and get into the hearts and the minds of people, you can't break these rules. There's 22 of them, and marketing and branding laws. Yeah. And I encourage everyone to
get those books.
Get
deep in it.
Yeah.
You brought up Nip, so Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. Your brother, close friend from childhood, right? You guys were homies way before music, right?
High school homies.
And what an incredible journey! What an incredible rise and you all collaborated on and built together. And at what point did you and Nipsey start making music together?
When did we start making music? I mean, the crazy thing is, we always. We all got the same friends. Shout out to Robin Hood and all our homies in the Crenshaw district area. But we've always had the same group of friends. And at that time, back in the day, as a band, we were playing for Snoop Dogg and playing for people already. And I used to see Nipsey all the time at the homie Bear Claw house or on Crenshaw and Slauson selling CDs. And he was always telling us, like, yo, man, I gotta fuck with y'all. I need a band. Because at that time, we only had one rapper from 1500, and that was Young Walt. And Nipsey respected Young Walt so much to where we would go to shows. It's everybody with 1500 shirts, 20 deep, and performing with the live band, and Walt looking like the hood Jay-Z. You know, Nip always was like, yo, I gotta fuck with y'all. I gotta fuck with y'all. And man, I think I don't know when we end up connecting, bro, but when we did, it was just a marriage. He was working with Robin Hood at the time, and it was just a marriage, man. And all we did was talk about life, books, hood fights, and making music all day.
Wow.
And how we're going to expand and what we're going to do and how we're going to build stores and how we're going to build schools. Like, all this was a part of the plan. Like, Nipsey was in this building. Like, he was here when we were building this building. So even the idea of one of our rooms, our A room, we have a main A room studio with an observation room. He gave us the idea for the observation room where people can pay us and watch us work.
So cool.
And then there's another button where we can do lectures, and there's another button, you know, for our fans. And, you know.
So cool.
Shout out to Nipsey, man. Rest in peace. Here forever.
That's so innovative. That idea is amazing. That idea could be a thing that actually scales too and is in a lot of studios. Like, to be able to get a peek behind the curtain without it being intrusive.
Yeah, we're doing it in Vegas too.
That's
and
smart.
At the Aria, we got a studio building right now, y'all. But
So I would love to talk with you about how you handle loss. Because there's loss in personal life. Nipsey, Los,
my
Chuck,
moms,
your
Nip,
moms, yeah.
GI, everybody from 1500, Chuck.
Yeah.
We'd had a lot of losses in our family, like too many. And then not to mention all the, 30 funerals I've been to in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But I've been going, we're from the streets in LA. So literally, like, another thing about our band was we were the hood band for a lot of different hoods and gangbangers too. So when people pass away, there's different hoods, they gonna call me to do the funeral. So we've been literally, as a child, doing funerals in different hoods our whole life and experiencing it. So you get to a point to where it's like you kind of get numb to it.
Yeah.
And, but when you understand, I had to do a lot of research and, getting really deeper into the word with God and understanding like how to deal with all this and still be able to do this. Because when my mom passed in cancer, it was either I was gonna go left or go right. Like this almost didn't happen because I almost lost my mind. You know? But it come to a point where you realize that when people pass, they give you superpowers.
Yeah.
So when they leave, their superpowers are in you. Wow. And they give you responsibility, and I can't get that out of my mind, out of my soul, out of my body. So every day, I have a whole group of people up there that's supporting me that I can't let down. And I know they're giving me superpowers. I'm sleepy, bro. I haven't slept. I never sleep. Yeah. I like the things that we would be able to do, that we be able to pull off. It's not human. Yeah. So I know it's God and them just giving us those superpowers to just be able to do what we all started and said we was gonna do. So
what do you think your message is that you're carrying forward and everything for Nipsey?
The marathon continues. What do you mean?
There it is. It was already there. Yeah.
For real.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, man. Los too. That was,
Shout out to Los.
Yeah.
Carlos,
big shouts to Los.
Man, one of our brothers, our drummer for 1500 also passed away a couple years ago. Yeah. I mean, we had Los playing for everyone from Snoop to Jay-Z. He played for Beyonce, Roddy. There's not one gig we didn't do, Yeah. Well, Los, we got, Bam, Los, and Nick. They are our main drummers. So, but Los that was a tough one, man, for us. We didn't see none of these coming. You never do. But, we just thought we had a little bit more time to do stuff, So, probably everyone that's thinking they got time, do everything you say you're going to do. Yeah. If you got an album, do it. If you got a documentary out, do it. Do it all. Yeah. Because you never know.
and celebrate the people while they're here too.
Celebrate them while they're here. Give everybody their flowers now. For real.
All right, so giving flowers to someone that's here is a mutual, very close friend of ours, someone that I consider, you have your family that's like you're given and then you're chosen.
Yeah.
And a chosen family member of mine is Terrace Martin.
Oh, T Macaroni. That's one person I talk to every morning.
T Macaroni. Wait, you talked to him in the morning? Because I talked to him in the morning.
Listen, I've been talking to Terrace every morning. We're for the last 20 years. He's like, 20 years.
I love that.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the reasons put me in a lot of positions, changed my life. Connected me with Snoop and
Kendrick.
Like my whole story with Snoop is nuts. Like how I got in this band because it was Terrace, me being his driver. He had a gun case, so he couldn't drive, and I was his driver.
Rance was Terrace Martin's driver.
Larrance,
I was Terrace.
I was everybody's driver. I had an expedition, so everybody took advantage of me. So I had to clear out equipment and all that shit.
That was like the watch of back in the day at the time. You're like, oh, I got this. I can.
Yep.
Smart.
But Terrace gave me opportunity, man, to play for Snoop. And but at that time he told me that the keyboard player might not show up. And he didn't show up. And I had 7 keyboards right in front of my face 5 minutes before they was about to perform, and the first song was Murder Was a Case, and Terrace was like, yo, he's not showing up. What you gonna do? Thank God I just love Snoop music already. And I did it. I was so comfortable on that show because it's like
that was a show.
It was a show.
Straight to
Terrace
a show.
Like, yo, take me. I think it was in Palmdale or Lancaster, and he's like, yo, the keyboard player might not show up, and if you do, you got the gig. But then after that gig, I had to watch. Terrace told me, yo, you got 2 shows to watch before we go on tour, because they was going on tour overseas for the first time. So at that time, it's a bunch of, Snoop got nothing but gangbangers and everybody from 20s and, just looking at me. And I'm over here standing over the keyboard player. The keyboard player like, why is this dude standing over me? Like, what's going on? And I had to learn that show in the day, bro.
Wow. Like
literally learn that full tour show in the day. And I was just like this the whole time with arms crossed. Like, and that was the first time I had to really make sure I had muscle memory and I can really focus. That was like the hardest focus, to know how to play every Snoop Dogg song, when to stop, when the breaks, and and you just got to do it right. So shout out to Terrace for that, because that was a challenge. But then after that, I ended up doing 6 world tours with him, and I met princes and kings and queens and all type of stuff. And and the one thing about me as a musician, I'm a musician to build relationships, to do their album, and to do other things. Yeah. So every time we do a show, after the show, some musicians will go out, try to find the girls. I'll go right back towards where the artist is, because the people who paid us wants to take a picture with Snoop every time. Yeah. So I'm going to meet the daughter, I'm going to meet the son. Then I'm going to follow up. Then I'm going to call them again. And now I have all these friends around the world just because they see me at a show 20 years with Snoop. And now we got all these relationships, and now I could have good relationships. We can do a school in Asia now, because it's all relationships, man. And it's always about doing something good for somebody first, having the first dibs on something. Most of my friends, I always try to have something up on them first. We battle with each other. We argue about paying for shit, but as long as I got something on you first that I helped you with, and I'm gonna just always keep trying to help you. And eventually, if I call you, you might answer the phone, you might help me. Right. So that's just how it works. It's really like building your network of people. But if you got to up on everybody, you gotta up.
But dude, the fact that you even then were investing your time and choosing to, instead of be like, no, I'm going to go hang with girls after the show, instead being like, I'm going to meet the people that booked him. I'm going to meet the so-and-so. And dude, the fact that was your choice, man, is so smart.
Man, either you're a weather reporter or a weather changer. Either you see around the corner, or you're just waiting in line around the other corner, So it's we see the vision. I wasn't planning on being a musician my whole life. Yeah. I just wanted to, I didn't want to have to do it. I wanted to do it for fun. Yeah. So, but I knew I had to have relationships, and I made a mistake sometimes where I tried to build the relationships. That's not how it works. And if you study the branding laws, you'll know that it's called favorable publicity. Yeah. There was a time where I met Bill Gates, bro. I told my homie Ricky Palomino, we were doing live 8 in London.
Yeah.
And we're all in Crip outfits, looking like jail outfits.
Yeah.
And I see Bill Gates, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Bill Gates. And the selfish part of me wants to go up and be like, yo, I'm Larrance. I want to meet you, because this is Bill Gates. He got some money. Then I was like, let me think about this. So I told my homie Ricky Palomino, who's the tour manager, I'm like, hey, Ricky, here's 400 euro. Go tell him I'm tight. So he walked over there, talked to him for about 2 minutes. I'm acting like I'm just minding my own business. Then Ricky says, hey, Rance. Then I come over there, meet Bill Gates, give me his card, and I'm like, oh. So this just proves my point of the branding law book. It's called favorable publicity. Most people, you're never supposed to self-advertise. You only self-advertise when the brand's already healthy. It takes like 10 years to do that. So because my brand wasn't healthy, you have to tell somebody else because it's FOMO, fear of missing out. You know,
Right.
it's if somebody else tells somebody that you're good, you're better off giving somebody $10 and say, hey, tell them I'm tight.
Yeah.
And they'll get it better. It's just a mind thing. And all that's in the book. So read the book.
Favorable publicity.
Favorable publicity. How do you get other people to talk about how tight you are other than yourself? Because, you know, who will believe yourself?
I love that. That's without knowing it, that's how my career got to where it is. That's how Jamcard got to where it is.
Other people talking about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Good to people.
Yeah.
Bro, I swear I have burned 0 bridges in the music industry
I
in
know.
20 years.
I know, bro. He called. I come as soon as he calls. So, and he's you, bro. We're like the same, bro. It's your energy, your attitude. You're just not, excuse my language, but I usually call these people bitch ass niggas. But you're
I'm
not
that, right?
Yeah, you're not that.
Okay, thank God.
And you're not an asshole, and I appreciate that because we need more people that really understand the bigger vision, that sees around the corner.
Yeah.
Some people might not get it, but the people that see around the corner, our attention gotta be thinking about them and helping other people, or we're all fucked.
Yes,
so
definitely, man. Yeah, and I feel the same way about you. I've always, I'm very inspired about what you do, and so that's why I love coming here. I love feeling the inspiration.
Man.
I love talking with you always, just to be like, I'm gonna pick up something.
Come on, same here, bro.
Yeah, always. And we got a few collabs coming up.
Yeah, oh yeah. Can we talk about it?
Let's do it.
All right, motherfuckers. October 11th, Jam Card 1500 Nothing collaboration at our building. It's going to be amazing. We got so many special guests. We're performing. Everybody, your mama is going to be there. It's probably going to be there's going to be a line outside. So
Most definitely.
call this guy. Make sure y'all got that app.
info@jamcard.com.
Because we're going up. But I always wanted to do a Jam Card, bro.
Yeah.
And I've been to a couple of them, and I just couldn't wait for our opportunity and the fact that we're doing it in our building. And it's just a blessing, bro. So I appreciate that. We're gonna kill it. I don't want to miss that.
It's a long time coming. I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait, man. It's 1500 or nothing. Jam in the building. In volume, it's going to be amazing. And the other reason why I'm so excited for that, for multiple reasons. First of all, we've been talking about it for years. Like, all right, just a time, and it's one of the things you got to be patient. It's like at the right time it'll happen.
Yeah,
we want it to happen,
it's
but
God's time.
Yeah,
it's here now.
Got to wait for it. And now the building's here, and we're gonna christen the building, bro.
Yeah,
let's break it in.
Yes.
and what I love also so much, we've already talked about 1500 Sound Academy, which is so great for so many people, so many opportunities and pathways that you can help people go down for their success. And the other thing that Jamcard is building, SchoolGig, we're building a platform to hire 15,000 artists to be teachers in California public schools.
Wow. I'm going to clap for that. Y'all should clap at home. That's fire, bro.
But yeah, once again, just taken from, where you're leading and everything with education and giving back and the importance of it. During COVID, we built Jamcard Mentors for like a one-on-one video call music expert marketplace. You could just, maybe you're from a city where there's not a lot of opportunity, or there's not a lot of artists or producers or songwriters or whatever. So you just go online and book a session, book a one-on-one with someone like yourself, and then they hear your music. So that was one thing. And then you took it to the whole next level. And then, or you had already been doing that. You've always been doing that. But with SchoolGig, it's so cool because it's the public schools, man. It's preschool. It starts at preschool all the way through high school.
So important.
And it's all of California. And so we're doing it. Actually, one of the first school districts we're focusing on is Inglewood.
Inglewood, we outside. Let's go.
So for anyone listening to this, if you ever were interested in becoming a teacher, go to SchoolGig.us and you can read all about it. There's a lot of opportunity because Proposition 28 passed in the state of California, which is bringing $1 billion a year to hire all of these teachers. So it's finally bringing funding back to arts education.
Oh, you know what we got to do with Jam Card? We should do like, if we hire them, they have to be trained here.
Well, that is great. That's why I was also thinking, like, do any of the people that come out of the Sound Academy want to be teachers?
Yeah. But bro, we got so many alumni as teachers now. That's
perfect.
That's nuts, but they know, they learned all the rules. They've been through the class. They know how to deal with people, know how not to react to assholes.
Oh, yeah.
They got it. So I would love to do that.
So it goes that way, but it also goes even into Sound Academy, because imagine getting these amazing producers, arts teachers, and everything teaching the high school kids. So now they're in high school, they're learning, and then they graduate, and now they're like, I want to get into music, and then they go to 1500 Sound Academy.
Look, we just had a whole nother plan right here. We did it live. Let's go.
My guy, Rance. So
I love that.
It's exciting, man, and it's cool. I was talking to Omarion the other day, our mutual homie, and he was, he was telling me, he's from LAUSD, right? All of it. I'm from LAUSD. Like, it's like public schools in California and in LA and this whole area. It's like, it only takes like one teacher. You can have one great teacher in the arts or in whatever, but especially in the arts that like could make you think like, I could do this.
Yeah.
Because I had nothing. I was 15 when I started touring when I was 15. And the reason why I was able to was because I had a high school counselor that was like, yeah, you know what? You're not an academic. You don't really pay attention in class. You'd be better. You could go drum and tour.
See? That's all it took.
You could. You can. Right? It was just those words compared to you can't.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
What that does to a teenager or younger, right?
Yeah. That changes everything, man. Just putting that battery pack in you.
Did you have a teacher in the early days that resonated with you, that opened your mind or enabled you or taught you that you remember?
My teachers was the streets mistakes.
Yeah.
I just learned from mistakes. You know what I mean? Of course I had my dad and people, mentors for different things, but everything was split up because I was in the church world, I was in the dance world, I was, so my friends were gangbangers. I had the business world, and then I was a part of a drum squad and band, so I had mentors from different things, from all these different things that I wanted to do, and kind of took what I learned from that and what I didn't learn and made my own. A little blueprint to live life. Yeah.
You've done good, kid.
I thank you, man. More to do, guys.
You've done good. You inspire us all, Rance. We love Rance.
Thank y'all, man.
Everybody loves Rance. 1500 or nothing. Larrance Dopson, the 3 and the 5, 1500 or nothing.
Yep, I got tattooed too, guys. Bam. Gang. Serious. We all have tattoos.
I don't have a single tattoo.
We gotta get him a 1500 tattoo for Jam Card, even if it's a henna.
Oh, we could.
We gotta represent. We gotta represent. I might have a henna person here.
I need a volume. I need some volume jewelry, bro. That's what I need.
I got you. We'll set you up.
Let's do some business, Rance.
Easy.
Let's go. Working with good people. We got smiles on our faces always. This shit is authentic as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Always. So thanks for the time, dude.
Man, anytime. And I'm waiting to get called so I can do a one-on-one mentor at Jam Card. So I said it. Just so it's on him. Ask Elmo.
We're going to get Rance on Jam Card Mentors. You just heard it. You can't back out now.
Can't back out.
Can't back out. You're in.
I'm in.
And I'm here for the Sound Academy for anything, dude.
I already know. We family forever.
Anything,
Ryan.
always. You know
for
that.
Real. Yep. We're in cahoots, guys. 1500 Jam Card. Y'all heard it by us.
We got to do a 1500 Jam Card handshake. Maybe it's like 1500 and then like.
We'll come with by the 11th.
I got to ask. I'm going to call Lupe Fiasco and be like, do you have an idea to extend the handshake?
For real.
All right, my bro. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We out.
Go. Let's go.